Battlefield 6 might be the biggest comeback story in modern shooters, guys, but the part that nobody is talking about is how fast this entire success story could collapse. Because behind the record sales, the smoothest launch in franchise history, and DICE's miracle anti cheat numbers, there is a much bigger threat for Battlefield 6, guys. One that has nothing to do with Call of Duty or cheaters or map sizes, and it starts with EA's $55 billion acquisition by Saudi Arabia. A buyout that might be the blessing gamers wanted, or the fuse that just blows up everything that they just fixed, guys. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about it in today's video, from how Battlefield pulled off this insane turnaround to why COD is struggling harder than people think, and why Battlefield's future might be built on an economic time bomb. So before we get into it, guys, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any more of my content. So when I first played Battlefield 6, I honestly thought, you know what? I don't know if I'm into this. It's big maps, it's big scaled, I guess, numbers and war. The pacing just kind of felt weird, and I didn't know how to adjust to it. I hadn't touched the franchise since Battlefield 2042, and that didn't impress me much. So 6 took some time to really grab me and let me sink my teeth into it, and I actually liked it. It was awesome. Hours later, I realized I wasn't enjoying Battlefield. I was actually convinced that it was the best shooter of the year. So I was more than just enjoying it. Meanwhile, Black Ops 7 was doing the complete opposite for me. I have no desire. Even with it being on Game Pass, I would rather go out and buy Battlefield 6 and spend hard-earned money than play Black Ops 7 day one on Game Pass for essentially free. I don't have the desire to go and play Call of Duty anymore. It just feels like it's bland, it's uninspired. It's doing the complete opposite as to what Battlefield 6 is doing for me, which, in my opinion, Battlefield 6 didn't just win between Black Ops 6 and itself. It completely destroyed Black Ops 6. EA has confirmed that Battlefield 6 is the best-selling game of the year at past games like Monster Hunter Wilds. It botched the PC launch with that game, and Capcom has basically not recovered, and they've watched their sales fall off the fucking cliff. And unlike past Battlefield disasters, there's no crashes, there's no chaos like 2042 had. It launched shockingly smooth. In fact, I've just heard nothing but great things about Battlefield 6. There's barely any bugs, and the game ran like DICE hired wizards to hold the engine together with some kind of like Battlefield magic, right? And then DICE dropped the most surprising stats of all. There was 2.39 million cheater attempts stopped, a 96.3% ban rate, and 98% of all matches are cheat free. That is wild. A Battlefield game launching stable and clean. Honestly, it's something that most gamers never expected to see, myself included. Activision does claim similar numbers for Black Ops 7, but you wouldn't know because it's based on community complaints. The forums are flooded with people running into cheaters left and right every day on that game. People are just complaining about how many cheaters are in Black Ops 7, but in Battlefield 6, it seems like they're handling the cheats and the cheaters very well. Now, here's the irony. Battlefield's rise is directly connected to the same burnout that pushed key devs out of EA in the first place, guys. EA was cleaning house. A lot of people were just leaving. There was a former EA executive that I think their name was Patrick Soderlund. They left because they felt AAA games were getting too big and too slow. And they founded Embark Studios with other ex-DICE veterans, including longtime Battlefield developers, and they made Arc Raiders. And the rest is history. That game is absolutely crushing it. And in Arc Raiders development documentary, they basically admit that the entire reason they left EA is because Battlefield scale had just become unsustainable. But now that Battlefield finally found its footing again, the question is, can EA maintain the success without repeating their old mistakes? And that leads directly into the real problem here, guys. The Saudi acquisition. Is it a blessing or is it going to be a slow burn into disaster? Well, EA being bought out for $55 billion was already controversial, but now we're heading and learning something even more concerning here, guys. Saudi Arabia allegedly does not have the cash left to actually invest in EA's future. They spent so much on the acquisition, along with a failed coffee chain, a cruise line, a massive walled city project, that their investment fund is reportedly in financial distress. So, what does that mean for EA? It means the new owners will want fast returns, not long term stability, not creative freedom, not slow cooked shooters like Battlefield 6, guys. They want fast money. And fast money in gaming means the exact things that players hate, guys. Rush releases, aggressive monetization, overpriced cosmetics, crossover nonsense, too many battle passes, impossible sales expectations, cutting studios to fix overhead. So everything that we've already seen, that's a problem with AAA studios. If you want to see how bad this can get, look at Embracer Group, guys. They spent far less than the Saudis and still collapsed half of the Western games industry. EA could end up in the same place if the new owners start cannibalizing the company to recoup that $55 billion acquisition cost, guys. So some changes could happen here. Battlefield's biggest threat isn't Call of Duty. It's EA repeating history, guys. Let's be real. EA has a graveyard of franchise that they abandoned the moment profits dipped. Let's talk about them. Mercenaries, Army of Two, Command and Conquer, Fight Night, Dead Space, again for the second time because they remade that. And the studio that made Dead Space remake, they're now a Battlefield support studio. So if EA is forced to chase fast cash, Battlefield could go from making a massive comeback with Battlefield 6 to milked dry in 2 years. And then the cycle repeats, guys. Remember, at the end of the day, it's EA, so let's not hold our breath that they are going to make a comeback and change their ways. Call of Duty situation is worse than people think, though. COD still has Season 1 coming. There's 8 maps, new perks, fresh zombies content, Warzone integration, 7 weapons, and yeah, I'm probably going to check it out. But COD lives or dies on consistency. And the truth is right now, Black Ops 7 hasn't hooked their core audience. Battlefield 6 has. If Season 1 doesn't pull players back immediately, it's over for this year with Call of Duty. And Battlefield will own the shooter genre for the first time in nearly a decade, guys. But can Battlefield hold the crown? That's the real question here, guys. Can they survive the next 2 years without getting ruined by rushed expectations from Saudi Arabia? Because COD releases yearly. Battlefield doesn't. By the time Battlefield 7 launches, Activision might have released 2 or even 3 more entries in Call of Duty alone. If you really want to sit down and think about that, guys. If EA responds to that by demanding a yearly Battlefield cycle, it's over. I think if Battlefield becomes yearly, they can't keep up with it. That's how you kill a franchise ultimately, guys. So right now, Battlefield 6 is the king, no doubt. The future is both exciting and terrifying right now, but the crown is fragile for Battlefield 6, guys. The new owners, Saudi Arabia, they want money fast. The community is already complaining about slow fixes. The monetization is creeping in, whether we like it or not. COD Season 1 is about to also be their last stand, so they might come out swinging. Battlefield could become the new Modern Warfare 4, or it could become another rushed, overdramatic, monetized disaster, guys. It could be a real problem. At this point, the only question left is, will EA protect Battlefield's momentum or destroy it, trying to make back the $55 billion? Because one thing's certain, neither EA nor Activision have ever been great at learning the right lessons here, guys. So there you have it, guys. Call of Duty Season 1 will decide whether this year is salvageable. Battlefield 6 will decide whether EA finally understands what players want. Either way, we're in a weird Mexican standoff with both studios. Long term, the real threat again isn't a rival game. It's corporate impatience. And Saudi Arabia wants that money back. If publishers try to force these franchises into impossible schedules, they'll break them both. And then it won't matter who won the shooters of 2025 because the entire genre will lose. I'm going to leave it there, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think? Is Battlefield 6 and EA set to make a comeback? Or do you think EA is going to EA and cave in to Saudi Arabia pressure? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like. Don't forget to hit that subscription button. I will see you on the next one.